Good morning, everyone. Today is the important feast of Saint Paul Miki and companions. Now, Saint Paul was a Japanese Jesuit. He was a man who presented a very positive view of Christianity. In fact, Christianity was growing quite nicely in Japan until such time as the authorities decided that wasn't such a good thing anymore. So he was arrested, and in fact, the early Christian church in Japan, a lot of persecutions happened there. And St. Paul and his companions were basically tortured and put to death. He was actually speared to death. Horrible way to die. But a great martyr and someone who was courageous in making a change in difficult circumstances. I'd like to look at the first reading for the next couple of days. It is from the first letter in the Bible, the first book in the Bible, and that is the book of Genesis. It's a book that's sometimes misunderstood, but it takes a good serious reading of it to get a deep understanding of it, and it's full of richness. But we're going to be looking at today the first 4 of the days of creation. It's in the first 19 verses of chapter 1 of the book of Genesis. And at the end of each of those days that God created, it said, it was good. God looked at it and it was good. And you know, in all the things that God created, that they were so good, how is it that evil exists in God's creation? How is it that evil came into this a wonderful thing that God had created? You know, I love looking out on beautiful evenings. If it's nice and clear, you can take a blanket, lie outside on the lawn, look at the wonder of all the stars and do a bit of satellite spotting. And you develop an appreciation of just how vast this whole creation is that God has given us. That we are just a little speck in the whole of the creation that we have. But we're a very important speck because God created this world with all of its goodness so that we can exist in it. And how did evil come into that? We're going to be looking at that in a little bit more depth. But just to give you a hint, God didn't make evil. So, with that thought, let's make it a good day. You keep well, and we'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.